Alright, this is 2024 and you have seen this. And you might have also seen a lot of players are talking about the game Monster Hunter World. Either you're a veteran that have played this game before or a casual that gave up when you met with this, or this, or many other tough monsters, or you're just a genuinely curious person that haven't tried the game, it doesn't matter. Is it worth getting into the game?
Oh yeah, it's worth it. If you're strong enough.
How is Monster Hunter World in 2024? Are the sessions alive? All of these we've been testing for a while now, and we've now got the answers. I personally think that these announcements are made right after WoW's announcement, a sequel to this game, because Monster Hunter World is an introduction of Monster Hunter games to international audiences. They want everyone to know somewhat about this game genre. Yes, it's a genre by itself, so you can enjoy WoWs right away. And also, it's an SOS flair for old veterans to come back and help new players who may struggle in this day and age, and of course most likely there isn't gonna be help available in the game. Remember when you struggled against Anjanath or Nergigante? Now it's the time for revenge and show new players how it's done. So I'd like to preface this entire video with, if by any chance you're new to this game and have been thinking about it or just watching this video for fun, I would urge you to go to buy the game and just enjoy it. You're definitely missing out a lot of fun. I don't want to spoil you, that's why we're still in town and fooling around. But if you're okay being spoiled a bit, to know more about the game and learn before you purchase, then please skip to the part where we will explain it for new players. So we play in Southeast Asia server, and as far as we saw the sessions barely filling up except for 1 or 2 sessions, and for some random reason they just become really full. We've seen quite a few players that are willing to play together and have some fun everywhere we go, which made us feel like a warm welcome back to World. For veterans, if you come back to help new players or just do your own stuff, this game is still pretty much alive with a lot of people joining SOS. There have been a lot of mods that are released as well, so that will surely give you some good time playing it. Even though the sessions are looking a little dull, the SOS side of the game is really thriving. You can get the party full within maximum of 1 minute. Most of the time the flare is filled so quickly that we cannot join some quests through SOS as it is already full, and that also applies to new players who would want to SOS and make friends. I haven't made any friends to play with, and now I just stay in my own public session and see if anyone would join. However, making friends is subjective to each interaction. In other words, if you SOS or join SOS, it is still thriving. If you want to join sieges or fool around in online session with many other people, well then that's gonna be a bit hard. So for new players that haven't tried the game, now what is Monster Hunter? Generally you'll hear a response that it's about hunting monsters. But the answer is never as simple as that. You can summarize it as you venture out, kill monsters, carve them, and then wish for that one single gem to drop. And you make armors so you can fight better monsters. Yes, this is all true, but this isn't what actually makes you addicted. There is much more to this game that makes you feel what is going on, and the details the developers put into this game is really
Dinner is served.
There is this place where if you bring the monster to this area, it will get stuck like this. And there is another place on the same map. If you blast this water leaking wall, it will flush the monster down this ledge. And this doesn't just end here. The monsters just doesn't fight you normally, but uses their physiology to their maximum advantage. Like this. Or there is another furious version of the same monster that does this. And if the monster have wings, it flies and attack you from there and annoy the shit out of you. If it have a long tail, it will poke you, and combine that with its attacks that will overwhelm you with everything it has. This game itself is learning new things and mastering them and making yourself proud of what you have achieved with the knowledge that you have gained. For me, whatever games I play, I like to go in blind, not knowing what will happen, and be surprised by things rather than researching, because I like the element of surprise and the challenge to try to solve the problem myself. This is the thing that actually makes it more enjoyable for me, instead of researching and getting the solutions immediately, because once you've done the research, there is no satisfaction in doing what you do anymore. They all just become a chore, which is why I also suggest you to experience the game yourself to learn more about it. And what makes me love this game the most is the element of surprise. Whenever I saw the mark on the ground, I go like, what kind of footstep is that? Like, what could have made it happen? Until I see the monster and realizing, oh, that's how the footprints were made. That feeling is one of my best so far, and I remember it every time I see the monster again. And we strongly suggest that you play your first playthrough solo. The situations you will experience will never be experienced again if you do it in multiplayer. But if you have reached a place where you cannot go further into the game, I suggest to first try upgrading your armor, then research more about the monster's weaknesses, and then try again before trying the SOS option, because once you have SOS, the situation and the experience will never be the same again. What I like about this game is that it isn't designed to be explored in a single dimension way. It is not closed up corridors or anything. But if you go into the maps, everything is open for you to do whatever you want. But of course, some places will be blocked for a while, so it will not be overwhelming for you if you're lost in the higher monster regions.
Look, the Wildspire!
Each and every region you enter have their own theme and details added to them. For example, Ancient Forest has this water flush we talked about, and the vines. Wildspire Waste has this loose ground, and if Diablos is under the ground and the monster you hunt is on top, you let out a screamer pod, this is what happens. Coral Highlands have a glacier that makes it so that you can instantly go up with glider mental rather than taking this long and painful climb up. Rottenville has this amazing view of water, and if you go in happily, you realize that it's actually acid, which can kill you. The Elder's Recess has this lava-looking thing that will out of nowhere erupts, and if the monster is standing on it, it will get flinched or even toppled sometimes. Hoarfrost Ridge has an avalanche that you can start using bombs that washes the monster and you along with it into this area. And there is also this thing where if the monster tries to do something funny at the edge of it, then this happens. Overall, this game has many things for you to learn and many things that it's really fun to experience, and it will always be one of those nostalgic games you never forget about and would want to come back and watch our guide videos